Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you are curious as to how to transfer Pokemon all the way from your cartridges of either Emerald, Sapphire, or Ruby, the original versions, not Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, or any of that, want to transfer your original Game Boy Advance cartridges all the way up to Sun and Moon, I'm going to try to help you out here. If you don't want to watch my shitty video, considering I don't have any capture devices for my original DS Lite here or my Nintendo 3DS that's standing next to it, and you just want to kind of figure out how to do it and just want an easy way to see how to do it, I'll write that down in the description and you can just read that if that's how you so choose. But I'm going to take you through all the steps here and try to explain exactly everything you would need to do from pretty much Gen 3 up to now Gen 7. It's not an easy process, it's extremely tedious, and it's not fun, to be honest with you, especially considering past games such as here with Gen 3 to Gen 4, you can only transfer 6 Pokemon at a time, and so that means if you actually wanted to transfer, like, all 300 plus Pokemon in Gen 3, you would have to do that a good 100 times, and they only let you transfer once a day, and yeah, you can kind of see how that goes. Of course, you could probably change the clock in your DS to allow yourself to do it multiple times a day. However, of course, the problem with that being it's like you still have to do it 300 times to, like, I say 300. I take that back, about 150 times, considering it's 6 Pokemon out of 300, to actively get all the Pokemon over if you had, just in case you somehow had all 300 in Gen 3, such as you transferred from Gen 1 to Gen 2 and Gen 2 to Gen 3. Which I'm not going to go into that because I don't fucking even have, I don't know where my SP went. I don't know if I sold it or any of that type of stuff. So if you need help with all that, then I'm sure there's other sources out there. There's certain things you can look at. But as of now, you can see the reflection. Hey, how's it going? I got my glasses on. But one way or the other, we're going to do this in the best way I can, which is going to be a shitty way, one way or the other. But let's get this started. Anyways, of course, turn on our original DSi. The white balance is going to suck. It will fix itself as time goes on. Like now you can kind of see it, you can kind of read it, but it's still very, light text. And so anyways, to start off with, to be able to transfer from your original GBA game, in this case for me it's Emerald, so if you can see, there's our Emerald. You got to plug that into the bottom, as one could expect. You need to have at least 7 Pokemon, being 1 that you can keep in your party and 6 in your box. You have to have at least 6, otherwise it will not let you transfer. I don't know why that is, but it wouldn't let me do it, and perhaps I'm wrong, but I'm going to say, just for the sake of convenience, have at least 6 Pokemon. So what I did was I started up a new game, and I went and I just caught like 6 or 7 Wurmple, whatever the case may be, Wurmple and Poochyena, and I think like Zigzagoon. I kept 1 Wurmple in my party, and you'd be like, what happened to your starter? Well, I started this game a long time ago, and I already did this to where like I got all 3, like I restarted the game 3 times, transferred each of the starters over, and then I never touched Emerald again. And so pretty much you'd want to do that, have at least 7 Pokemon in there. And so to show you that, I'll just go into the Emerald version, because like who doesn't want nostalgia, right? So here's our Game Boy. Again, as I said, white balance and stuff is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm sorry to say it's not going to look perfect, but that's just what we're going to have to deal with. I'm sure there's other videos out there that might do it better, and if so, I'm completely fine with that. But I'm trying my best here. And so this is just saying our internal battery has died. Blah, 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 blah. Clock-based stuff ain't going to work. Go into the game. Here we are in Petalburg's first, thing. Pokemon Center. I don't know why I said thing. And what I did was, as I said, I went and I caught 6 or 7 Wurmple just now. Go into my PC, which I know it's not focusing. I'm very, very sorry. And move Pokemon just to look at them. And then, so there's our 6 Pokemon. As you can see, there's a Zigzagoon that can barely read. Wurmple, Poochyena, Wurmple, and another Wurmple. So, and I've got 1 in my party at the very least. Oh, and apparently I have another Poochyena, so I did a little bit too much work in reality. So we're going to back out of here. That's all you have to have in this game. Is just get up to the point where you can get to the PC and put Pokemon in the PC, at least 6, is what I'm going to say, and then you're good. And this is already saved, so we're fine. Turn that back off, turn it back on. You're wondering, like, how am I getting the DS audio? That sounds really, really good. It's coming out of a headphone jack. right? Oh shit, let me just fucking flip it. And it's coming out of the headphone jack. Plugged directly into the computer. And so, okay, here we go. So to get it from Emerald to Diamond, and again, I'm sure people have done this because these games have been out for a long time, but I'm going to see if I can't get us all the way up to the point of Sun and Moon. The only thing is, like, I'm going to have to say, like, to transfer Pokemon to Sun and Moon, you can't do it yet until they update Pokebank as of, they said, January. I think, like, January, some point in January. It was either, like, the 10th or something like that. Not sure of the exact date. So, this isn't gospel to be like, oh, how to transfer your Pokemon to Sun and Moon before, you know, they actually let you do it. And it's like, no, that's not at all what we're doing here. I'm not going to lie to you. So anyways, now we're in our Diamond. Let me fucking get the top screen going. Barely read the text. Okay. We got our time. We got all my Pokemon in there. Blah, 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 blah. Go into Migrate from Emerald. And I think to be able to migrate from Emerald, they, I'm reading this directly off of Cerebi on another part of my screen right now. To allow for this transfer, you need to have beaten the Elite Four and have the National Pokedex. Once you have done this, Professor Oak will invite you to Pal Park. Go there and save. Now, if you have the GBA game in your DS, you should have the option to transfer Pokemon. So, here we are. Bottom screen. Make Pokemon migrate from Ryan's Emerald Game Pack. Yes, please. Pokemon cannot be returned in the Game Boy Advance game. Game Pack, make Pokemon migrate to my Pokemon Diamond game card. Yes. Please choose the 6 Pokemon that will migrate. And hey, what do you know? There's our 6 Pokemon that I was just talking about. So, at this point, let's see, do I need to tap them? Yes, I do. Okay, so let me tap all these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn that into some music. Okay, 6 Pokemon chosen. Migrate. Cannot be returned to Game Boy Advance pack. So, you're going to have to completely restart your game once you do this. Saving our data on both. And now I believe either we're going to go into Pal Park or it's just going to do it. 6 Pokemon say we migrated the Pokemon Diamond game card. And we're good to go. I would show you this, but considering I was a little bad person when I was younger, I actually turn on Diamond here, and apparently I was using Action Replay the last time I played it, so you want to see this? I came out behind the wall and then to the door, and now I'm kind of stuck behind the counter. So, yeah, I don't think we're getting out of here. Like, y'all can't see that, but, like, I'm stuck in the door of the bank up here. So I would run over the PC to the left if I could and be like, well, let's get your Action Replay out, you cheater. And it's like, I wish I could. I probably got eaten by my dog or I lost it. But anyways, the point is, they're now in the PC of this game. We can trust that it said it itself. We can trust that that's the case. So that's Diamond. They are now in Diamond. We got them from Emerald to Diamond. That being the case, turn us back on. We're officially kind of done with this DS. We're just going to be using this DS for the sake of transferring to black. So, we're going to unplug our little 3.5mm headphone jack so y'all can get the 3DS audio. So, move this over. Shit. Well, I didn't really give myself enough space on my desk. I'm wasting everybody's time. You're just the worst. I'm so sorry. I am the worst. This is just terrible. Plugging this in to this one, turn our big old 3DS XL on, not a new one. I'm not that. I bought it before the new came out, and I'm not going to go back and buy it a new after all this, especially when it's like, this was expensive enough. Okay, and we already have Pokemon White version in, so that's good to go. That's great. And then so all you're going to want to do, Pokemon White version, turn that, get into there. And I've got my other, just to show you. You've got the other DS turned on, ready to go. Don't actually go into the game. It's the whole process. The whole reason I wanted to actually make this video is because I was transferring Pokemon from my white version. Did I say black earlier? Excuse me. From my white version to... I just turned up the volume, I'm sorry. From my white version to my ORAS version of Pokemon. And so here we are. We got our white version, which again, I know the white balance is not helping us in terms of you can barely see the top screen, but you can hear the audio. This screen actually comes up pretty okay once the white balance focuses. Yeah, see, there you go. That looks good. So we're good to go. This time, you would imagine it's like relocator. And it's like, nah, relocator ain't what you want. Relocator, I don't know what the fuck the relocator does. I'm going to be honest with you. Because I tried it, and it's like, that doesn't do anything. And what you actually, I think, want to do, and I'm pretty sure I've read this, is just go into your game. Don't got to turn on any of your C-Gear stuff, which I'm not doing, although I think I just hit launch C-Gear anyways. It's not a big deal. Alright, we're in winter, because it's 1st December, actually. Alright, so here we are. I know you can see the bottom screen, like Porygon Z. I like Porygon Z. There's our top screen. What you got to do is you got to get to the point in the game where there is the transfer, the Pokemon transfer, which, let me look that up too real quick about Pokemon transfer, to where we do, let's see here, it's Diamond to Black, or no, Diamond to White. Doing the same shit. You can look all this stuff up yourself on Sarah B if you think my video sucks. That's completely fine. So what you'd want to do is need 2 DSs again, which we have. You want to get your Diamond into your original DS, or, I mean, it doesn't matter which version of DS it's in. And then once you do that, we're going to be here in the transfer place. Pretty much the main reason I looked this up was to see what you needed to do to get to the transfer place. It's on Route 15, Billy Similar, Pal Parkins. You can have the back name. Okay. After you have obtained the National Pokedex, you can go to Route 15, I believe, and get into the Poke Transfer building. They'll explain everything to you. They'll explain what you need to do, and then that's where we are now. We're in the Poke Transfer lab on Route 15. You walk up all the stairs. You come here. There's a PC right next to it. Not a big deal. We're going to talk to this dude. Let me hold up the 3DS to see if we can. There we go. Ah, fuck. Well, as soon as I said there we go, it's like, trainer fastique, want to be blah, blah, blah. I want to take part in all this. You can barely read the text. I'm uber sorry again. Black on white is very hard for white balance to do, especially with this camera. Anyways, you can barely read it. Do you want to connect 2 DSs so that you can do this? Okay, remember, you can't keep anything on your old DS. You still want to do it? Yes. Okay, cool. Or excuse me, your old copy of the game, not DS. You want to save the game? Sure. Save our game. And fucking gotta wait forever to save. This game actually, like, I don't know why black takes so long to save. God damn it, black and white takes so long to save. I keep saying black because I have Zekrom and it's always confused me. Okay, stand right here. He's gonna take you through the whole process. Gonna get into this mini game. Alright, let's get to it. Now, it's going to tell you, DS download play. Please insert a Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, SoulSilver version game into the other DS system and turn it on. Then select Poke Transfer, blah, blah, blah. In this case, so what we're going to do is what I just did was I hit the DS download, and now it's downloading on our other one. I hit DS download play, and there it is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, what DS download play is, I'm going to back out of this again, just to make sure you have an absolutely idea as to exactly what you're supposed to hit. Did it just turn off entirely? Yes, it did. That's annoying. The old DSs where it's like, you just have to completely restart the system if you want to change the game, fucko. Anyways, so here on the bottom screen where it says DS download play, this left button here, we're going to tap on that. And it's going to take us here. It's going to start the software, and it's going to be searching for our other DS. It found it. Now we're going to just hit A on that. Would you like to download the software? Fuck yeah, download that. Get in there. You like getting downloaded? Yeah, I like getting downloaded. That's what it's saying right now. It really likes getting downloaded. It likes to feel it. It likes to get all that transfer of knowledge between us. Like, fucking, oh god, I love it. Fucking love getting downloaded. Oh god. Put your DS download software into me. Okay. And so this is what it'll look like on the copy that you're trying to transfer from. And then that's playing. You can hear that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to turn that down. Then our other DS that we're transferring to, being black in this circumstance, sending data to other DS system. Cool. Please select Pokemon in the other DS system. Okay, well, let's put that away. Pull this up. We got our whole list of Pokemon from this version of the game that we can totally just bring right on over. So, I'm wondering, you just pull them over here to the right side. So, let's see what we want to find. See if we've got anything interesting here. trying to think, like, what would be, like, see if we've got any legendaries. Like, there's Heatran. Let's do Heatran. Throw Heatran in there. Also, you can't transfer any eggs, of course. You can't transfer any Pokemon holding an item, so there's your limits. Let's see here. Looking for any more potential legendaries that I might have had in this game. Because that's the main thing you're going to be wanting to worry about, right, is legendaries. Could get Carnivine. That's good stuff. Look at all these dudes. Is that about it? Oh, nope. There's a shit ton of legendaries. Okay. Hey, what do you know? We found him. Knows a hidden move. Cannot be transferred over. Well, that sucks. Okay. So, how about we do... Too many Pokemon have items. How about we do... Palkia... God damn it. Palkia, Giratina, Mesprit, and all the others. Sound good to y'all? Let's do that. So, we just transfer. These are our 6 we're going to transfer. So, we got Heatran. I know y'all can barely see that. I'm super sorry. But we got Heatran, Palkia, Giratina, and the 3 Lake Spirits. And it's like, yeah, we want to transfer these. Hold items will be put in the bag. Is that okay? Yep. Get rid of those items. Catch all the Pokemon before the time runs out. Alright, so this is a stupid mini game. God, this actually sucks. My God. Apparently you outright have to hit them too. And considering I don't have my stylus, so I'm going to have to pull out of my other DS. They give you a lot of time to do this from the looks of it, but I'm super duper scared that I'm not going to do it. There's 2. This is a pain in the ass. There's 3. God, why do they have to make this so complicated? Especially because I think if you fail, you just outright don't get the Pokemon. That's another one. That's another one. Now we just need Palkia. This is the worst. Not only that, he moves faster. I hate this. Especially because there's like a level of timing and aiming that like isn't easy to do on this little fucking 3DS screen. Okay, I got all of them. That isn't fun. That sucks. I got a high score though, check it out. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, so they take you through a stupid mini game that I've never done before, and that was fun. Not fun. Pokemon cannot be returned once they transfer. Transfer these Pokemon. Yes. Yes, I would. And so again, this is 6 at a time. So if I want to transfer all these Pokemon, first of all, I'm not going to be able to transfer some of them just outright. It's not going to be possible. Because they're just not going to let me. So game's been saved. Would you like to use PokeTransfer again? Sure, but if I do that, it's going to take forever long and all that. So we're just going to say no. I would like to not do that anymore because that wasn't fun, and this is just for the sake of a video at the moment. So, okay. Great. Molto bene. I don't know if he's Italian or French. Ah, it's probably French because, yeah, that's... no, wait, I don't know. No, because that's X and Y. Molto bene. Cool, you did it. Good, great. Fantastic. Your handling of PokeTransfer is really exhilarating. Oh, our invention is nearly complete. Come again very soon. Come again immediately. And please show us even more wonderful handling of Pokemon Transfer. Put the Pokemon you caught in your PC box. If you decide that you want to play with PokeTransfer sometime, you're welcome. Come back and ask me. So, let's go check. PC should access to MD's PC. I'm so glad they got rid of all these different boxes in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Hey, there's our Pokemon. What do you know? Heatran, Palkia, Giratina, Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. That's exactly what we want. So, they all transferred over. Don't want to be here anymore. And so we're done. We got the Pokemon here we wanted to transfer. Cool. Close that software. And I can't apologize as many times. I would love to be able to have captured all this. I'm there again. Hey, how's it going? I would love to be able to have captured this differently. Okay, so now I shouldn't have exited out of white. Say that you were smarter than me and you didn't actually exit out of white. You're going to want to put all the Pokemon into your first box that you want to transfer over. And what I mean by that is box 1 of your PC is going to be your transfer box in terms of using Pokemon Transfer or Transporter, whatever it's called. It's one of the 3DS apps. But we'll get to that. So, go back into white or black, depending upon your version. It don't matter if you're black or white, as it might happen. Don't need a lot of sea gear again. That is fine. We do not need sea gear. So, here we are. I'm there. Hey, how's it going? Feeling kind of shitty. Not for any particular reason. And we're going to go here. How's it going? Booted up the PC. Damn these PCs. Pokemon storage system. Move Pokemon. Hopefully it's saved. It did. So there they are. Cool. We got all these Pokemon. So what you're going to have to do, and this is tedious, literally, this is extremely tedious. Not that this whole process hasn't been tedious. So here's our box 1, which is I've named 1 through 30 because I put all these Pokemon in the way of, I put them pretty much in the slot that they would be in terms of their number. So we've got all these Pokemon that I'm trying to transfer over. But we're pretty far in. So we got to move this to 0, 1, 30. Move all these dudes that we want to transfer over here. I'm going to move them there. Move them, move them, move them, move them, move them. And just move as many as we can into this box to transfer into the Pokebank. So we're getting as many of these as we possibly can into one box of 30. So again, can't state this as many times as and imagine having to, if you're trying to do it from the very first games, dude, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But you're going to have the original DS. You're going to have to be able to trade it to, you're going to have to trade it up, which means I think you would have to have another DS or another Advanced or another Game Boy Advance. Find the way that you do that with link cables. Change that. It's yeah. So there's even more steps. So that's why we're only doing it from Emeralds. Because if I could do it from all the way back, then I would. But again, I don't know where all my... I don't know where our old Game Boy Color and all that went. Etc., etc. Anyways, so we have the first box filled up with 30 Pokemon. That's what I just did. I do not want to continue box operations. We're going to back out. Species to access. We're done here. Accessed. We're going to save. Yes. Saving. Don't turn off the power. I put 261 hours into this game too. So what, Diamond was 400 hours, Emerald was probably 300 hours, and this is 261 hours. Alright, so from that point, then we say, okay, I have this. Have these done. So, go home. Have my box of Pokemon. I have my box of 30 I want to transfer. Say you just wanted to transfer the first 6, that's fine. You can do that too. Don't have to do 30. It doesn't have to be 30. There just needs to be some Pokemon in the first box. Okay, and so then they're going to say, then you're going to have to go download Transporter. Transporter. Sorry, I can't talk. Open this up. This is a long video already. This is 25 minutes. I should probably cut this down, shouldn't I? Nope, you have to suffer with me. Also, this is one of the first videos I'm making, officially. So, it'll get better. They'll become shorter as time goes on. But, that's what we gotta do. It's probably pretty boring. That's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's fine. So, we're connecting to the internet. Communicating with a Pokebank server. And also, this is provided you need to have bought Pokebank. You need Pokebank. You need to have spent the $5 on a year-long subscription to Pokebank. If you don't, none of this will work, I'm pretty certain. Payments into Pokemon Bank cannot be returned to Pokemon Black version, Pokemon White version, Pokemon Black version 2, or Pokemon White version 2. Additionally, any items held by Pokemon Transfer, blah, 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 same rules they've had forever. So here's our first box, 0, 1 through 30. As you can see, here's all the Pokemon that we just moved over. You can see the Heatran at the top, the Palkia, the Giratina, and our 3 Guardians. like spirits, however you want to put it. So yes, we want to transfer those over. PokeTransporter is going to send them over to Pokebank. And I'm just showing you that, like, say you wanted to transfer again 300 Pokemon from Emerald to the next game, being Diamond or Pearl or, you know, the other one that I don't know the name of because I never played it. I didn't need to do that. Go home, please. Fuck. All right. Well, we're gonna waste a little time here. Imagine you had to do all that for Emerald, trying to transfer like 300 over. Then imagine that you're trying to transfer over 300 from, or no, I guess at that point, about 400, 500-ish from Diamond to Black and White. And not only that, it's only letting you do 6 at a time, and you have to play a stupid minigame, which is going to waste even more time. And pretty much it's saying that we can't transfer any more Pokemon because there's no more Pokemon in your first box. And here's where it gets super duper stupid and convoluted for no reason. Because to access Pokebank, you have to have a copy of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire in the 3DS. So we got to take out our copy of White. Like, don't you mean black? You idiot. Yeah, I know. And we're going to put I guess I should show that too. Put our Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and you're wondering why it's upside down. It's because, well, currently the camera feed is flipped upside down. So really what you're seeing, the image is completely flipped because the camera is actually over here. Anyways, that probably didn't help explain anything. Right. So we put our Alpha Sapphire in. Alpha Sapphire, if you wanted to transfer to Alpha Sapphire, you could totally do it in the same way. To where then we open up Pokemon Bank with our Alpha Sapphire. So if you want to transfer stuff from your old games, from Emerald all the way up to Alpha Sapphire, you can do all this process if you want. Or, you know, Omega Ruby, same process, exact same process. And same with X and Y. If you want to do it there, you can do it. Provided you have 2DSs, that's all you need. And you have all your copies of the previous games available to you. And $5. Need $5 too, for some reason. Every other way it was free from past games, but now you have to pay for Pokebank for some reason. Although it should just be built into the games at this point, but whatever, I'm not going to complain. Although I am complaining. So we played about 300 hours of our Alpha Sapphire, Pokedex 396. I do want to use this game. Communicating with the Pokemon server. And so, it doesn't matter, this is going to tell us about all our stuff that, you know, they're going to give you free Pokémiles and stuff. And so here is our Pokebank on the top screen. Here's our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire on the bottom screen, where we have nothing in Alpha Sapphire right now. Already transferred everything over. But say you wanted to move all these Pokemon into Alpha Sapphire, could totally do it. But as of right now, my Alpha Sapphire is completely empty other than the one Pokemon in my party, as I think Costume Pikachu, because you couldn't transfer Costume Pikachu over because it was a special version of Pikachu. So, considering, here we are. Here's our Pokebank. Now what we're going to do is go over to Transport Box. As you can see, it says Transport Box. This is the box that they transfer from Black White or Black White 2. This is the box where it transfers your first PC inventory. And so what we're going to do is we're going to press start, so that way we can get the green cursor. And I fucked it up just now. Get back to the green cursor. I'm going to select all of these Pokemon. Boop. And you can just move them to one of the 100 boxes in Pokebank. In my case, I'm going to move these all the way up to Bank Box 23. There they are, Bank Box 23. So, good to go. We just transfer all our stuff into Pokemon Bank. And so that's pretty much the end of the process. If I want to move these all into Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, I can just pull them down here, put them into this box. They will be in Alpha Sapphire, and I will have them there, and we're good to go. And all you have to do is press X, save, yep. So a lot of this seems pretty straightforward. A lot of this information's out there on the internet. A lot of this is there. I just wanted to show with you, like, if you wanted to do this nowadays, how tedious it would be, considering getting from Emerald to, again, Diamond is only 6 Pokemon at a time. And then from Diamond to Black and White is only 6 Pokemon at a time. To the degree that, like, transferring all the Pokemon I would want to transfer from my Diamond version, which I might actually do, is going to take forever. but you'll have all your Pokemon. And so, at this point, if you want to continue transferring Pokemon over from, each game, you're going to have to repeat this process for every 6 Pokemon from Emerald to Diamond. And you're going to have to complete the process from from Diamond to Black White. You're going to have to do it for every 6 Pokemon again. And then you're going to have to go through this whole process and repeat it again from Black White to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire every 30 Pokemon you have that you want to transfer over. So, again, you're probably just going to say, I'm just going to catch all the new Pokemon, fuck completing the National Pokedex. Because, in all honesty, this is probably one of the most tedious things in the world to accomplish, in which I kind of wish it were easier. Because even just transferring 30 Pokemon from Black White version to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire version, or X and Y version, or whatever version it is you have, it's only 30 at a time. And I don't know why they couldn't just update that to be all of your Pokemon in White version. Because in Alpha Sapphire, in X and Y, you can do all of your inventory space from the PC into the Pokebank easy in one go. But for Black and White, it's 30 at a time. And not only that, you have to open up Black and White every time you want to actually get into it to transfer all the Pokemon to the first box. It has to be the first box. Whoops. Then from the first box, you go into the transporter, transfer them to the transporter, take your Pokemon Black out or White, put in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire so you can even get into Pokebank, open Pokebank, and then go to the transporter box, transfer everything from the transporter box into your bank or your copy of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire or X and Y, or in this case, once they update it for Sun and Moon, then you have to do that process all over again. Take Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire out, put Black back in or White, go all the way, transfer 30 Pokemon to your first box again, go to the transporter, and just repeat. And it couldn't be more complicated, it seems. And it probably could. It would suck if it were one Pokemon at a time. So I could complain less in reality. It's not the worst it could possibly be. It's certainly not 6 Pokemon, what is it? 5 times. It's 5 times as fast to do it now than it was back then. But, geez Louise. Anyways, so that's that. Sorry this took about 33 minutes. Hopefully, if you watched all the way through, I appreciate it. If not, sorry for wasting your time. Again, this will all be in the description, so if you want an easier way to, indulge in all this, go for it. But until then, I'll be back with better videos, legitimately better videos, because I can do better than this. But I wanted to do this to show how fun and totally not tedious, and like how easy it is to transfer all your Pokemon over from, all the past versions you could possibly have. But until then, hopefully you all have wonderful days, afternoons, nights, mornings, depending upon where you are in the world. But until then, peace out, and whatever it is, make it beautiful. Yeah, have a good one.